Hello, guys. Hope everybody is doing well. And morning and afternoon to you. This is Famiga Capricorn with topics and conversations. And in this video, veteran calls out, thank me for my service. The pause means no. Tezlyn Figaro wasn't holding back on Kevin Leary, especially when he tried throwing shade about China. A Black veteran, she reminded the panel exactly what patriotism looks like while calling out the prison industrial complex, racial injustice, and America's dangerous double standards. When MAGA mouthpieces talk about freedom, they're usually silent on mass incarceration, real due process, and making this country as equal in practice as it is in theory. She came with facts, fire, and a shout out to FAMU law. Respect her service and her voice. Thank you for your service, Mrs. Figaro. And I'm gonna play this video so you can see how she definitely read him his rights in every way that you could have thought of.
Even doing the comparison, saying, would you rather go to China or not go to China? Are you a veteran? So that means you never raised the pause means no. So that means he never raised his hand to say, I'm willing to die for this country. Let's stop talking about just the Dow. Not only was I willing to die for this country, both of my grandparents were.
Thank you for your service.
That's right. Thank me for my service. So how dare he sit here and ask me. So how dare he sit here and ask me would I rather be in China when I was willing to die for the country that is locking up the people that we're talking about. There are more black men enslaved than those who were enslaved in 1850 in the prison system right now in 1850 that did not actually get the due process that you guys are talking about, that actually had to take plea bargains because they could not afford adequate law attorneys, which is why I'm in law school, by the way, right now. Shout out to FAMU. So to sit here and ask me, what country do I live in? It's called America. You can't point nothing out.
I want to say this. If you had Abby Phillips' Chinese version, you wouldn't be here
But I'm not the Chinese version. I'm here with the American version.
All right.
The black. I know, and I'm saying it, and I'm saying it, and I'm enjoying it, and I fought for mine and yours. So thank me for my service.
All right, my friends, listen.
Thank me for my service. I'm not disparaging. I just want you to thank me.
We're going to bring this to a close. I mean, I do think it is worth acknowledging that you don't have to prefer China to say that I want to be able to, in this country, both live in the country and critique it at the same time.
These freedoms
sure.
And be able,
I know that's. I think that she's actually saying the same thing, that she's expressing her right to criticize.
And he finally, at the very end of the conversation, thanked her, but it was a moment too late in time. She read him well and ate him up and kept eating him all the way to the bone and the grind. This is what happens when you act like you know more than somebody or pretend to know more than somebody and think that they're gonna submit or bow down to whatever it is that you're trying to say that wouldn't make sense to them to begin with. She asked him, did he ever serve in the military? Of course, he never did. It probably never considered or thought in his mind, because of course he's backing up somebody that ran away from enlisting in the military as his chief and commander. And here he is trying to tell her that what she did didn't mean anything or little, but they depend so much on the same military to protect them and serve them in what they need to use. They use them as a weapon anyway against people, but he can't thank her for her service while undermining what she's done. And this is what people do when they get a little money in their pocket or they get a little stardom on top of their head. They try to undermine what you did, even though you have a lot of accolades and have done way more than they could ever do. And if they ever try to walk a mile in your shoes, their knees will buckle to the ground. So it's good that she put him in check and let him know that, baby, I'm at equal value as you and more. Even though you may be richer than me, we don't even know how you became rich or how you even came to be, honestly. like honestly speaking. So Kevin O'Leary, you get stupid of the day for trying a military veteran and then waiting at the end of the conversation to then thank her for her service once you felt defeated in the conversation, because yes, she did defeat you again as a veteran, this time on the floor, not on the ground, on the floor, floor to floor, eye to eye. And you see how you looking at her and you wishing you never ever had approached her about the situation. That's when you know you messed up and you should have just shut up and respected her and thanked her for her service. But no, y'all want to continue to spew hate. You don't want to live in a world where everybody's prospering. You want it to be a certain group of people that is prospering, and where you could just rub in that you have this and you have that. Meanwhile, this country is still in turmoil, just like she said. Incarceration is up the roof, and we know why. Because they make money off of the more blackheads that go into the jail. The money from that goes into their pockets from the racial injustices. So the fact that this discussion is even happening and him not addressing the real problem is what is exactly wrong with this country, and why other countries will continue to laugh at us. And that is all I wanted to bring to you today in this conversation on YouTube. As my followers and my subscribers and those that are watching and watching from the bushes, please, I do the best that I can to bring you the reporting. If you would find it kind enough to like my videos every now and again, and comment as often as you can, but also subscribe, because I do my best and I take out the time to put up the videos, and I like input, and even if it's as far as what I'm doing, or if there's something that you're not hearing that you would like to hear, let me know. But I'm here and I'm putting out content, and I wanted to make sense to you as well as making sense to me while having conversations and bringing these topics to you. That's why I call it topics and conversations. This is the topic of the day, and this is the conversation that I'm having. And so I would respect it if you could please have the conversation with me when you can, and like and subscribe to the video. Okay, guys? So on that note, I will see you guys in the next one, okay? Bye, and have a nice one.